The biggest difference between a losing bettor and a winning bettor is actually pretty simple. The losing bettors are betting on a player, while the winning bettors are betting on a player's line and a price. And if you want to learn more about this and improve as a sports bettor, make sure to stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Pips, professional sports bettor and a co-founder of Props Madness, the best research tool for player props. And today I'm going to break down the biggest differences between losing bettors and winning bettors. 99% of people lose, and here is why. First example, they see LeBron James is playing the Sacramento Kings. Horrible defense. And they are like, I like the LeBron James over, without ever looking at the lines. And a winning bettor takes different approach. He'll look at the matchup, okay, LeBron James is playing Sacramento Kings. He's averaging 20 points in the season with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic in the lineup, and against the Kings, I have him projected between 21 to 22 points. Then he'll go and look at the line. If the line is set, for example, at 18.5, he'll bet the over. If the line is set, for example, at 23.5, that's too much, too high, and then he'll smash the under. While the losing bettor will just see LeBron James hit over in 4 out of the last 5, he's now playing the Kings over. I'm betting the over without even looking at the line, without even looking like his points average with Reeves and Luka Doncic in the lineup, without even looking like how he performs against teams like Kings. And also, a winning bettor has a third outcome, and that's I have LeBron James between 20 and 21 point, and the line is set at 20.5. He is going to skip that bet and move on to the next one. The second example of the biggest difference between losing and winning bettors is that winners understand the probabilities and losers don't. And here is an example with LeBron James over 18.5 points at minus 110 and over 19.5 points plus 100. Let's say on over 18.5 points, we hit this line in 8 out of 15 games, and against minus 110, that will be long-term profitable. If we hit 8 out of 15 on minus 110, we are making decent returns. But let's say we bet over 19.5 points at plus 100, and in 1 out of those 15 games, LeBron James lands at exactly 19 points. So we are now hitting at 7 out of 15, and now this bet is a losing one, even though we have a better price. And probability of LeBron James hitting exactly 19 points in 1 out of 15 games is pretty high. So let's just break the numbers quickly. I won't go into distributions, just quickly breaking the numbers. 8 out of 15 is 53.3% win rate. And to make a profit against minus 110, we need to win at 52.5% or better. Against plus 100, obviously, we need to win higher than 50%. If we hit at 8 out of 15, that's 53%. That's more than we need to turn the profit. So this is a profitable bet. If we hit exactly 19 points 1 out of 15 games, now we are winning at 7 out of 15, which is 46% win rate, and now we are losing money long term. So the first part was about why the line matters and why are losing bettors losing without taking that into account. Let's now change the price. So in this example, I only switched the prices a bit. So over 18.5 is minus 130, and over 19.5 is now plus 130. In order to make a profit against minus 130, against betting minus 130, we need to hit at 56.5% or better. And in this example, we win at 8 out of 15 games against 18.5 line, and that's now not enough. That's only 53% win rate, while against minus 130 we need to hit at 56% at least. And now we are losing betting on over 18.5 minus 130 with this hit rate. But well, let's now take a look at the over 19.5 where we hit in 7 out of 15, where we hit less than on 18.5. And now looking at the price, we have plus 130. And in order to win against plus 130, we need to hit at 43.5% or better. So even if we hit less than 50%, if we hit 44% or better, we'll make the profit. And in this case, we hit 7 out of 15, which is 46.7%. And now this bet, even though we won one less time over the 15 game sample size, now this bet is the profitable one, and this one is a losing one. So this shows you how the price matters. If you wake up a winning bettor in the middle of the night, he could explain you this perfectly, while the losing bettors are unaware of these differences. Sometimes I share the bet, like for example, I share LeBron James over 18.5 points minus 130, let's say, and throughout the day his lines could move up to 20.5 minus 130. And I will get questions on Twitter in the comments or YouTube comments. I have 20.5 minus 130, is it still good? Or even worse, I'll share LeBron James over 18.5 minus 130 and we win, he hits 19 or 20. And someone will comment, oh, I bet it over 20.5 and I lost. I mean, I understand lines move, but if it moves too much, I will never bet LeBron James over 20.5 minus 130 in that case. I will maybe even consider betting the under, which is rare, definitely. But if the line moves too much, other side becomes now good. For example, earlier this season, I did a research and I found Kyle Filipowski and I had him at 22 to 23 points, rebounds, and assists. And I've seen his line, it was at 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists with plus 100 for an under, and I made that bet. Throughout the day, his line moved down to 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And since I had him at 22 to 23 points, rebounds, and assists, now I decided that I'm going to bet the over. So I bet the same player, under and over, because the line and the prices were great in both spots. And the third reason most people lose is because they only bet on all-star players. And even though it's possible to win betting against the superstar players like KD, Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards, their lines are the sharpest. Sportsbooks are mostly correct on these superstars. Making mistakes on their lines is pretty rare, while they make so many mistakes on these lesser known players. You know which is the player that I made the most money this season? It's De'Aaron Holmes second. Yeah, guys, you probably never even heard of him. He is like third center on Denver Nuggets that started and played when both Valanciunas and Jokic were injured, and I smashed his 2.5 assists underline 3 straight games in a row and made shit ton of money. Probably the guy that I made most money entire season, even though I bet only 3 times on him. And there are so many other spots. Like if I look at these spots where I bet guys like De'Aaron Holmes under assist, Kelly Levere under assist, or guys like that, that's probably where 70% of my entire profit on the season is coming from. And I would say my return on those players is like 70%, 50%. While on guys like KD, Jokic, Doncic, Anthony Edwards, I probably win at small, like 2 to 3% ROI, which is still great. But most of my profit is coming on these unknown guys, and that's where most of pro bettors make a ton of money from, while losing bettors are mostly focused on superstars and betting against sharp lines, paying the juice, and losing money long term. So, guys, those are the 3 biggest differences between a losing bettor and a winning bettor, and there are plenty more. And if you want to go deeper, check out my previous educational video right here. And if you want to see how that looks in the practice in the real time, make sure to check out my daily breakdowns where I break down the entire slate game by game and share my analysis and thoughts and even my official bets And they have been winning this season like any other season over the last 10 years. And lastly, if you want to improve as a bettor, to learn how to think the right way, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a great channel for anyone that cares about the process and long-term profit.